How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Joe from Joe's Collector's Corner, and the time has finally come. It's time to list those Star Wars figures. Over the course of a week, I spent every day picking out individual figures, reading the dates on the feet and adding them to these individual bags. I've filled, you can't see it, it's at the bottom, but I filled one of these 85-litre tubs from George Asda. They're pretty cheap actually, a lot cheaper than releasable boxes. They're not as strong, but they do the job. That is full of these bags with all different years, ranging from 1995 all the way up to like 2016. In fact, there's some Rogue One, like newer stuff as well. But yeah, it's time to start listing these, and it is taking ages, but there's a lot of money being made. Because I didn't go to a car boot last Sunday, I thought I'd do something a little bit different for this Friday. And instead, we have got 9 orders to pick and pack and ship out. And surprise, surprise, a lot of that is Star Wars figures that I listed over the past like 2 days. Before we run through everything that's sold as we pack them, let's go grab the bits that are in the shed. And in fact, there's even a parcel in the loft as well. Perfect timing, it is starting to rain. So we've got 2 items to get from the shed. A pair of shoes and a box, or an item that's in box D, so I will get all this stuff out before it gets wet through. Oh dear. In fact, D is just there, so it's not going to be that big of a job. Even better, I think, there we go. These pair of shoes just here. We sold these pair of Grensons. I paid a whopping £1, and they've just gone pretty cheap for 15 plus postage. And then in box D, in a clearance auction, I sold this Barbie wheelchair, which owes me nothing, and it went for a grand total of £1.70 plus postage. I think it was on for about 99p. I put about 30 items on. I only sold 2, but I might keep doing it just to shift the, useless stuff that's not selling. But yeah, grand total of like £4, great. That is everything from the shed. I'm going to put all these boxes back before they get soaked outside, and then we're going to jump in the loft and find the one item that's sold up there. Oh, here we go, we're on the ladders. So, I don't normally keep stock in the loft. It's pretty dark up here because we don't have proper ladders fitting, so I have to go outside and drag these up, and they're just so heavy. So the only stuff I've actually got in the loft is box Star Wars stuff, because I didn't want to ruin the boxes. So we sold, I've got some car boot stuff which needs to be shifted, and then this tiny box. I don't even know how to turn the flash on this, but in this little box here, which is nearly empty, we sold this Anakin figure. We'll take it down and we'll have a proper look at it. You can hear the rain up here as well, it's pretty heavy now. There we go, we're back. So out of the loft, sorry about the noise, I think they're tarmacking the streets on the estate, so it is making a stupid amount of noise, but we sold this Anakin boxed figure from Revenge of the Sith, I think. It's not super old, but it is pretty much new, I think. It went for £15 plus postage. Now, this isn't the figures I'm talking about. I'm talking about the little 3.75 inch ones that I've been listing. This has been one, I think this was the first item I listed from that Star Wars lot, because I thought there's about 10 boxed items. They're going to be super quick to list, let's do them first, and then they went up in the loft. But it sold for full asking price, so can't grumble at that. Right, now is time to figure out what actually sold. So I need to check the dates on the listings and then find the bags. All the Star Wars figures I've listed have been going on this shelf because I just can't be bothered to put them in the shed. I figured I may as well try and list all of it over the next few months and then figure out where I'm going to store it. But quite a lot of it is selling pretty quick. So there's not many from 2006, but one of the best items that I didn't think would sell, I'll show you now. So we actually have 4 of this C-3PO figure. And my idea with these figures is that I don't want to be selling them individually because they're not going to go for a lot of money, and I just don't think they're going to sell. And after fees and things like that, it's just such a pain. But what I've been doing is, as I've been setting them into years, I've been looking them individually, looking at what full-time Star Wars sellers are getting for them, trying to undercut them a little bit, or if there's things that aren't worth a whole lot of money or are meant to be together, I'm trying to make bundles as well. It turns out that this figure is actually worth about £12 plus postage, and I had 4 of them in this bag. So I made a multi-quantity listing, and in 2 days I've actually sold 2. The first one went for £12 and the second one went for £14.99 or £13.99. I think it went for full price, so it went for £14 I think, because it's like 12 plus £1.99 postage. These fit in a large letter. I'm going to pack one in a minute and show you. It is amazing. I'm absolutely loving selling the high value individual figures. So that one went for 12 plus postage. And then this guy here, which has got his backpack but unfortunately hasn't got his weapon. He looks like, I don't think it's going to focus on him. He looks like that. I think he's like a heavy trooper or something. I do have the names somewhere, but I just can't remember them. So what I've been doing is first things first, when I took the bag out in the garden like a month ago, I took out all the accessories, all the weapons, all the helmets, all the backpacks, everything that wasn't a figure, put them in a little box, and it is now spread out on top of this box. So as I'm listing figures, I have to search through that entire pile for their weapon, their backpack, their helmet they're meant to have, their pistol, and it is a nightmare, but it's definitely helping bring up the value and make the listings better. Unfortunately, I just could not find his weapon. These were bought from a guy that had also just been buying things from charity shops and ordering figures in lots on eBay as well, because I found some unopened bags that had been sent from eBay sellers of just miscellaneous figures. So it's not guaranteed that everything's going to be there, but even so, that guy went for £16.50 plus postage, so it might have even been £3.49 postage because he's got a backpack. It went for maybe 20 quid. Mental. That looks like everything from 2006. I'm going to see if I can dig out some of the others now. I've been avoiding it because there are an absolute ton of figures here, but I think everything is actually sold from 2008, which I'm in the middle of listing. I've still got pretty much one of these bags where I've not processed them, and then half of this bag where they need photographs and listing, and I'll probably be doing them pretty soon. But this by far might be the best sale I've ever had from this, just because of how like a sleeper sale it is. So this guy here looks unbelievably basic and is mega rare. This is a Rebel Technician from a Ground Crew set. If you had this vehicle that he stands on, like a little lift thing, it's like 60 quid. This guy went full price within like the same morning. I think yesterday, I listed him yesterday morning, then we went to the beach for the day, and just while we were there, it sold full asking price through GSP. I sold it for £29.95 plus postage, and they paid £60 all in to get it to them. I'm not even sure where it's going. And he doesn't have his original pistol, but he does have his helmet. Look out for this figure. 2008 Rebel Technician, 30 quid. Crazy. In terms of value wise, I'm not going to be able to get it out because they're all at the bottom and there's loads. I sold a droid bundle and I really didn't think I would sell it, and it sold within a day. So I've got a few of these super battle droids. I think I had 5 or 6 of them in the listing. They individually from like full-time sellers go for between £9 and £12 each. I had some of the missiles that were in this pile. I've dragged them in as well. I had 3 2008 Droidicas, which only go for about 4 or 5 quid. So I bundled them in. And then I also bundled in 5, which was all of the just standard battle droids I had. I couldn't be bothered to put weapons with them because I know I've got more of these from a different year. I might try and add the weapons to them. So I also chucked these in. There was 5 of these in different colours. Some of them have got the backpacks, some of them don't. So all of that, I think it was only 13 figures in total, went on offer for £56 all in. I think it was £51 plus postage. Now individually, one of these full-time sellers could probably get maybe £100 for that. But I'm trying to shift these quick because I've got like 500 to 1,000 in this box and I need to make some space and start making some money. £56 for them, unbelievable, and I sold them the same day I listed them. So I'm gonna have to get all of them out and get them on the table so we can actually start boxing them up. I think these aren't gonna go in a large letter. I am gonna wrap them up in a box and make it a bit nicer and a bit more secure. In fact, there is one more Star Wars sale, which again is quite a rare one, not mega rare, but still a really nice sale, and it's only 2 figures. It's from 2003. So we'll grab that bag and we'll take a look at what they are. 2003, here we go. So I had a look at this bag and I completely forgot these had sold. Right, I think it's 2 figures. One came with no weapons and one I think I did throw a weapon in. It's not the original, but it is still the right colour. That's all stated in the description though, and I think people understand when they're buying these. Right, we sold I think it's a Magna Guard, IG-100 I think, and we sold a character with a red lightsaber. I think it might actually be Darth Vader's lightsaber, but like I said, I did put that in the listing. She is called a Sage Ventress. I've got the cinematic mode on and it is not focusing on the right thing at all, but it doesn't matter. She kind of looks like that. It's not going to focus on that, but it is what it is. Yeah, these two, I listed them for £25 plus postage, accepted an offer which was very reasonable, at £20 plus postage. So these actually went for £23.49 for 2 figures, which are that size. And I think I'm going to put them in a large letter as well because they are super flat. The way I see it is if their feet stick out less than the height of a DVD, they're going to go large letter. So that is what I am doing. But yeah, £23.50, just mad. I'm going to add all these to the table now and then we'll take a look. In fact, before we do that, I've got one other sale that's just come through. I'm not going to package it today because I can't be bothered. It's a bit of an annoying one, but we'll take a look at it. You might remember me picking up some medical scales. We sold one straight away for £65. I've not actually heard back from them yet, which is a good thing. I think they're going to be happy with them. We've just got an offer on another pair. They're listed for £79.95 because brand new these cost £280 and they are pretty valuable and they hold the value really well. But I paid £10 each. I paid £50 for 5. We got £72 for the first one. This one has just gone for £62. I think they sent me an offer for 55. I've been sending offers out of 65 because that's what I sold the first pair for. But 55, it's all profit. I'm going to take it. The way I've listed them all individually because there's slightly different condition on the bottom. So I've took a picture of the bottom to see where the stickers are and things, and that's how I'm going to make sure I send the right one. But yeah, look out for SECA or Seika. They make like medical equipment, hospital equipment, scales, height measuring things, baby scales, all sorts, and they are super valuable. You also see them in gyms quite a lot. So it might be an independent gym's bought one. The last one went to a guy whose kid boxes, like amateur boxing and things like that. So keep your eye out for them. They are super valuable. £62 all in. There we go. That is everything, not including the scales, that sold over the past day. Grand total, including the scales, of £275, which is unbelievable when you look at the size and the amount of space these items take up. For me to do £275, that normally means multiple massive bulky items, but these figures are just going to be a goldmine, and I think we're just getting started. There's a lot of £50 listings I've already put up, and you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more to go through, so it is going to be a fun couple of months, I think. Right, let's not hang about. We'll actually start packaging some stuff. We're actually going to go for this weird angle so you can see how I store my bubble wrap. It is just on literally one of those portable clothes rails that you hang your clothes on. Super, super handy, easy to tear off, and I've got some boxes of clothing underneath because I don't want to put them in the shed in case they go mouldy and things in the temperatures, so they stay literally within the confines of that portable like clothes rail, so they don't actually take up that much room. These two boxes are unlisted car boot stock, which are currently empty. I mean, the bottom one is full of them figures because I brought that up too. And yeah, that is how I kind of keep my packaging. All my cardboard and large letters, things like that, are all outside on in one of those garden storage. I think it's Keita or Keita, the brand. They're quite expensive, but I bought it for a lawnmower. I've took all that out and turned it into a cardboard shed, so. But yeah, it is worth its weight in gold for me because it is waterproof and I try and keep loads of cardboard in there. First things first, I'm going to package up these shoes just so I can show you how I package them, because I know some people put them in clear bags and then put them in a poly bag. I bubble wrap all of my shoes because I've had things like tears in the bag and then it rips part of the shoe, or I've had returns where the shoes have come destroyed because of that. So I always put a little bit of bubble wrap around them. These Grensons are leather, so I'm actually going to give them a quick wipe and then we're going to put them in the bubble wrap. In terms of cleaning stuff, I have little microfiber cloths and everybody's favourite elbow grease. I've got pink stuff as well, but I think I've run out. But I am just going to give these a super duper duper quick wipe, just so they're a little bit cleaner. They've been listed for quite a while and they've been in a box just with loads of other shoes, so they do get knocked around a bit, you know, when other things sell and then you're sifting through just a pile of shoes, they do get a bit damaged. I picked up from a car boot, you won't from a charity shop, so you won't see these until they sell, a pair of Bally, B-A-L-L-Y dress shoes. They are rummage arounds, staple. They are worth really good money, and again, they're black leather, and I don't know where to put them because I really don't want to get them damaged. I've listed them for about 50. I'll obviously accept offers, but they are a really high quality pair of shoes. They're currently in a bag down there, which is where I put my ready to be put away and skewed pile, but I might even just put them on this shelf where nothing touches them, just so I know they're safe. Right, these have had a quick wipe. Let's get them wrapped up and sent out. So the convenience of putting it on a clothes rail is literally pull a bit out and just start wrapping around it. It is unbelievably convenient. That is it. I don't put that much bubble wrap around them. It's like 2 layers, just enough so that if it rips the bag open in the mail, they're not going to get damaged, and you can drop them and again they'll not get marked. I don't know if you can still get these, but I got some UPS like heavy package warning tape for free from UPS, and I just use that to tape up the bubble wrap, because then I'm not actually using my sellotape, which I get on eBay, but when you've got boxes to wrap up, you literally fly through that. And I'm trying to keep costs down, so if I can get something for free, I will definitely find a use for it. There we go, shoes wrapped up like that. And then I've got poly bags. These ones I did buy on eBay, but I do have some of the UPS ones as well. It's just there was a massive backlog on them arriving, so I had to buy some. And then like 200 arrived in the mail, plus these. So I've got hundreds now, but it is what it is. So if they fit, I put the shoes sideways because then the bag is not loose. And then literally I'll do it on this chair, fold it over, and it is now taped down and the label will go on that. I send everything via the Packlink system unless it's going Royal Mail. I've been trying out Yodel because Every lost some of my parcels and I lost about 100 quid. But then Yodel also destroyed one like the day I started using them, so I just don't know which one to use. I might use Yodel still because it's a day faster to actually get it delivered. What I normally do is I print out my labels one at a time because I don't know how people do that thing. You know, it's great when you see that video of all the labels coming out of the printer, but I know I would be sending the wrong items to the wrong people. What we're going to do is we're going to weigh them, we're going to print the label, we'll stick it on now. So in terms of weighing them, I've got some digital scales that I got on eBay. They're on the windowsill because I don't know where to put them. I don't want to put things on them and damage them, so I kind of keep them out of the way. Although they're not 100% accurate with large letter stuff, and it is really, really annoying. I tried them 3 times. They're actually coming in at 994 grams, so I could get under a kilogram. But if they're not accurate today, I will be getting a surcharge. But I'm a cheapskate, so I'm going to pay for the cheaper postage anyway. It does say 996, so we'll see how we get on with that. We're going to go for Yodel anyway, because these I think are going to Ireland, so Every charges a fortune to go over to Ireland. It's £5.44 for a 1 kilogram or less than 1 kilogram parcel. Yodel charge the same price as staying in Britain or in England, so it's £2.88, and I charge £3.50 on all my small parcel stuff because 1, you get eBay fees charged to it, and 2, I do have to buy all the packaging material, so it is what it is. I mean, if you go to like New Look, it's a £5 for any item to post it, so it's really not that bad. You don't have to charge what you're paying Yodel for. You can try and make a little bit of extra money. And there we go. That is good to go. I'm not going to do that for every item, but I think I am going to show you one of the Star Wars figures just so I can show you how easy it's going to be to ship them. It just so happens I have got a little bit left of a large letter because I cut it to make a game way less. These figures are tiny, so they fit in this. So literally, all I'm going to do is actually take off the bit that's taped on the end, tape that up as normal. We'll go for the C3PO. I know that the last one weighed something like 30 grams. He's in there. All I'm going to do now is tape up that end with normal packing tape. That is that guy done. I think the last one weighed 30 or 22 grams and I charged 30 for it just because they're never accurate. Let's see. 23 grams, so not far off. So all I'm going to do is put it in as 30. Just because I think if they do ask to wait, I know the people at the post office. I don't go there that often because I don't sell that many games, but I'm going to be going a lot more. And a lot of the time, they just let me pass them the parcels and they don't weigh them. But if they do, and I've put 22 grams and to them it's 25, it comes up with like an error and they've got to mess around with it and it takes a bit longer. So I always try and put a little bit more, but within the same price bracket, because in that way it doesn't matter. So large letter done, 30 grams, just bought through the eBay system again. And that is it. So that is £15 packaged and sorted in less than 2 minutes, which is unreal. This is going to be my favourite thing ever because I hate boxing stuff up. I'm part-time, I work full-time, I come home, I spend hours boxing up parcels. This is just going to be a lifesaver. I'm obviously going to go to the car boot, I'm going to be buying stuff still. But this is going to make at least half of the orders way quicker. So I think I'm going to leave it there. It's been a bit of a weird video. You might not find it very interesting, but I know some people love seeing around people's offices and things like that, and I just don't have a GoPro video to put out. I'm going to box up the rest of these orders and get them shipped out today. I hope you guys have had a good week on eBay and sold some stuff, and you know, if you've bought anything cool as well or any major sales, just let me know in the comments because I find it really, really interesting. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.